Hi everyone, welcome to my dolls and collectibles channel for adults. Okay, deep breath. Today we're getting personal. I'm finally ready to spill the tea on my deepest, darkest doll collector confessions. Things I've done, things I still do, things that might make other collectors raise an eyebrow or nod in agreement. This is not a judgment-free zone because I'm judging myself too. Let's get something out of the way right now. I am extremely judgmental when it comes to doll faces. Like, I could scroll through 100 listings and instantly reject 98 of them because the face, well, it just isn't right. Too blank, pass. Too smug, no thanks. Eyebrows doing that thing? Absolutely not. Sometimes I feel like I'm casting a movie and every doll is auditioning for a starring role. And if your face doesn't scream main character energy, I'm sorry, but you're not making it onto my shelf. It's totally shallow, I know, but I also know I'm not the only one. Now, the cutest face doll in my collection, well, she hasn't actually arrived yet. She should be coming in December this year, and I'm really excited to do her unboxing and share her with you. Yes, I have hidden bins of shame, lots of storage bins in my garage and my parents' garage as well. This is where the dolls and collectibles that I don't know what to do with go. Damaged ones that I swore I'd fix 4 years ago, ones I bought on impulse at 2 a.m. during an online auction, duplicates, weird custom fails, things I've stopped collecting but I don't want to get rid of them yet. They're not forgotten, just emotionally shelved. And every 12 months, I attempt to sort through my hidden bins of shame. And look, I do make progress, just very slow and small progress. Look, when you've been collecting dolls as long as I have, which is over 40 years, a little personality starts to form in each doll. And sometimes I talk to them. I ask them things like, do you like this outfit? Why do you look so angry today? Stop falling over when I'm styling you, please. It's not weird, it's immersive storytelling. Well, that's what I'm going with. Every 6 to 12 months, I go through my collection and say, it's time to downsize. I grab a box, I start filling it with the dolls I might sell, and then halfway through, I'm like, wait, no, she has potential. This one might be rare someday. He just needs a new wig and some love. Guess what? Box gets emptied, nobody gets sold. The downsizing was a complete lie. As you can see here, this is another storage room in my garage filled with dolls that I haven't unboxed yet or dolls that I've recently done unboxings for, and I don't have room in my house to store them because dolly real estate is a real premium in my household. So yes, everything gets pushed out to yet again the garage, and sometimes even in the house, like here behind a sofa chair, here's a doll that I need to do a box opening on. That's right, I have this one doll in my collection that I am slightly terrified of. Not because she's haunted, well, at least I don't think she's haunted, but because she has this intense gaze, like she knows all my secrets. For those new to my channel, this is Creepy Clara. I have brought her on before, and she is a hard plastic doll, I think from the 1960s, because she's unmarked, so it's a little bit hard to tell when she was actually made. And the story about her is I was driving through a small country town when Clara called out to me from an old trading post store. She was sitting on a chair out on the deck of this trading store, and I told my husband to turn back so I could take a look at her. And although she was dirty from sitting outside in the weather, she had what I thought at the time was an endearing vintage face, like that classic vintage doll face. So I purchased her for about maybe $50, brought her home, washed her clothes, cleaned her up, and sat her on the dresser in my bedroom. Creepy Clara was a fun doll that sat in the corner of my bedroom up until I started bringing out my other dolls from storage. I was starting to collect dolls again and displaying my dolls all around the house, even in my bedroom. And that's when I think Creepy Clara got a little jealous and things started getting a little strange. One time I woke up and I thought she had moved. She hadn't, but it freaked me out, so I turned her face to the wall. Then there was this strange feeling of being constantly watched. It was weird, so that's when I decided to move Creepy Clara into the doll room with all my other dolls. I tell myself I love all my dolls equally, but that's a bold-faced lie. There are favourites. There are the elite shelf dwellers with their fancy clothes and their photo shoots. And then there are others, the meh ones that live in the background. Sorry, not sorry. Ruby, my vintage Paddy Play Pal girl from the 1960s, is my absolute favourite doll in my entire collection. Just don't tell the other little ladies and gents. This is my biggest collector sin. A few years ago, this limited edition reborn doll came up for sale, a Grail doll, the one. And I made a huge mistake. One of my friends, she had purchased this doll online. It had not even arrived in Australia, and she put a deposit down on a silicone doll and had to quickly sell this one. And so she offered it to me. She asked me whether I was interested, and I was like, absolutely, yes, this is a Grail reborn doll. She had purchased it from reborns.com, and I got onto this website. I'm not a member. The price was still actually showing what it had sold for. I thought it was 1,200 Australian dollars. No, it was 1,200 US dollars, plus some astronomical amount for shipping. So my supposed $1,200 doll that I told my husband was $1,200 ended up being $2,300 Australian. I'd paid double the price of what I originally told my husband the price of the doll was. I really messed up big time. After that, my husband placed a total ban on dolls being purchased from the US, and that's still in place, mainly because the exchange rate is not good. But I will never, ever make that mistake again. I'm telling you, I would never be able to sell this doll for $2,300 here in Australia. So this doll, thankfully, I really love her because she's going to be in my collection for a long, long time. In the doll game, you win some and you lose some, and I lost a lot on this one. Some people name their dolls. One name is not enough for some of my dolls, like my reborn dolls, who have double banger names. All my dolls develop different personalities, and I dress them to suit their personality. Although many are babies and toddlers, that doesn't stop me from giving them full-blown personalities. One of my dolls thinks she's in charge of the entire nursery. Bossy little thing, walks around like she's the CEO of nap time. This is Scarlett, and she is a vintage Saucy Walker doll from the 1950s. This little firecracker beside her is Ginger, and she is a Madame Alexander Smarty doll. Don't mess with her because she has the worst temper ever. I absolutely adore vintage dolls with red hair. I have quite a few in my collection, and all of them are kind of sassy in some way. Whether they are bossy or they're a troublemaker, there's always something quite volatile and quite hilarious about my redhead vintage dolls. And then there's one toddler doll who I swear has a secret candy stash and blames her messes on an imaginary twin named Pickles. I don't write fan fiction. I just live in a world where my dolls have more interesting lives than I do. So there you have it, my 8 collector confessions. I've made mistakes. I've made questionable financial choices. And I've emotionally bonded with plastic and resin. But I wouldn't trade this hobby for anything. It's weird, it's creative, it's deeply personal, and if you're watching this, chances are you totally get it. And if you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you want more of this faceless doll chaos. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.